Remember, sir, you and I lived in New York in the 70s. We never thought New York could be what it became. 2 commissioners, a tough mayor. We need your help to stop this awful killing. But it's across the board. Ernie is right now building a house in George. I'm building 3 cottages for my grandchildren on a farm outside Graaff-Reinet. I often go to bed without locking the door. And we have a serious problem with illegal aliens who stream across the border. And if you really look at our statistics, a lot of these murders, firstly, it's unemployment and illegal aliens. And then I met Vice President Vance many years ago, the Charlie Rose show. My wife loved the book. And she reminded me this morning that you emphasized the devastation that occurs when big companies leave towns and cities, and there's a culture of dependency that develops. And I remember you discussing it. Now that's our problem. If we don't get our economy to grow, the culture of dependency and the lawlessness will increase.
Johan Rupert recently said that a culture of dependencies and lawlessness emerges when a country fails to grow economically, and what many South Africans, especially from elite and business sectors, noted in agreement. Yep, when he said that at the White House, even Donald Trump listened and paid attention. On the surface, yeah, Rupert's statement sounds like common sense, right? You know, the culture of dependence and lawlessness sounds like common sense. But when you think about coming from one of South Africa's wealthiest white men and someone whose fortune was built during apartheid and expanded under neoliberalism, it lands very differently. Because President Cyril Ramaphosa spoke of the very issue with Donald Trump, and Donald Trump didn't pay attention. He spoke of inequality, of crime, of economic stagnation when he met with Donald Trump. And he was barely acknowledged. But when Rupert echoed similar sentiments, using polished business language, the room suddenly listened. Why? Because when black leaders speak of structural violence, it's politics. But when white billionaires speak of disorders, it's the truth. So let's really challenge this phrase, culture of dependency. Was it dependency or was it systematic exclusion? Was it dependency or systemic exclusion that forced black South Africans into joblessness, landlessness, and undereducation, aka Bantu education? So the country doesn't become just lawlessness in vacuum. It becomes unstable when the beneficiaries of past injustices retain wealth and power, while the majority remained locked out of growth. That's how the country becomes stagnant. And when Julius Malema chants about revolution or says that the land must be returned, he is seen as dangerous, even though he's describing the same stagnation Rupert is describing. You only build wealth through asset, not through money. The only difference, he's not wearing white mask. Julius communicate with black skin. He's not wearing white mask. Black skin, white mask. So Johan Rupert may be right about economic failure breeds instability, but let's not pretend that instability is disconnected from who has a capital, who sets the rule, and who's allowed to speak without being feared. If we only listened when message comes from whiteness, we are not solving the problem, we are protecting it. Thank you guys for listening. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Until next time, see ya.